provider I want to cover with you today is Edmunds. Now, this is similar to the last provider in that you have the option in their experiences to combine this with chat. So you can combine it with chat car code. It's a very low cost experience, and so a number of dealers choose to use that for this. I will say it's a do-it-yourself experience, and so if you're not going to use the provider BDC and you're going to use your own BDC or sales department to handle chat, it's a really good option. A high number of impressions here. We'll see why in a moment. The chat starts, or excuse me, the trade-in chart starts are very high here, so that's interesting. Maybe I'm pretty good at closing trade-in leads, and so maybe I do want to drive quite a bit of traffic through here. Vehicle selection is showing to me that this is very likely occurring on the VDP and the SRP, and that's where I'm collecting my vehicle of interest. And then we're having I'm seeing this typically where it's about 50-50. About the time we get to the form, about half the customers tend to bail out. I'm seeing that fairly consistently across all providers, dealerships, and platforms. So makes sense. Not everybody wants to give their information away. And then we do not have an appointment experience here. We do have the potential to go into a chat experience, and so my completion point may be different from my form submission point. Actually, with this store, it happens to be the same, but you'll see sometimes you're 1 or 2 customers off. Okay. Our dealer, final example dealer, we saw them a couple weeks ago. And if you've seen a few of these by now, you know I'm not a big fan of the level of call to actions that we see with this dealer and some of our other dealer examples. As you add more conversion attempts or call to actions, you actually reduce the conversions by 15%. So I'm not a fan of that with this dealer. What I want to point out here, though, is where all the trade-in call to actions occur. You have the banner at the top of the SRP. You have it on the SRP tile, and you have this pop-up. This is the Edmunds chat pop-up with the trade-in call to action. And so this dealer, by intention or not, is driving a lot of form conversions for trade-in. So again, I would encourage you, understand how good you are at closing these leads before you encourage your customers to go through that pathway. Because we need to remember that the hot button for this customer, if they're going through a trade-in pathway, is their trade. They may not be ready to talk about the purchase vehicle yet. So if you're getting a vehicle of interest and your BDCs and your salespeople don't know to look for the trade, you're going to kind of flop your chances of converting these leads into sales or vehicle purchases. So looking at this, we can see that we have a good number of forms with it. We're clearly driving form conversion on there, and we have all these start opportunities based on how they did this. So think about how you might reduce the number of call to actions that you have based on how your BDC performs. Or maybe you're the opposite. Maybe you have a buying specialist and you crush it at trade-in. Great. Pop more call to actions out there, put it on the VDPs and the SRPs, put a big button on your homepage, but understand how your staff will process it first.